What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another lucky dip, and this is another one provided by a friend of the channel, Mikey, and it's a song by Jennifer Love Hewitt, who I only know as an actress. I saw her in that film I Know What You Did Last Summer in the late 90s. Fast forward about 15, 16 years, something like that, and she joined the cast of Criminal Minds, a show I used to watch. I think she was only on it for maybe a season or two. Nevertheless, I was not aware she made music, and indeed Mikey told me that part of the reason she's not known for her music is because it's never really been promoted in the right way, or, she wasn't marketed to the degree that other artists have been. So yeah, all I know is that this tune is called Can't Stand in the Way of Love. I don't know what year it's from, although a lot of the lucky dips I go into, I'm completely blind, so at least I have a bit of context here. In any case, the idea can't stand in the way of love, although it's interesting that it's not using the pronoun you. It's just making a general point or principle that love cannot be stood in the way of. But yeah, it seems to suggest that emotional power and devotion between people will overcome obstacles, get past barriers, supersede difficulties, and end up in the direction, in the process, and in the destination of that feeling, that power. So yeah, I like the sentiment already. Not sure what genre we'll be dealing with here, but let's listen. This is Jennifer Love Hewitt, and the song is Can't Stand in the Way of Love.
At night, burnt by desire, I have reveled in no pain that is greater than love. Nor have I found any garden more perfect. It stops. Never, never, never.
Those vocal synths. A bit funk, a bit R&B, a bit house.
You and me, unconscious laws of attraction. It's so hot, what we got, like a chemical reaction. So how can it be so suddenly? You treat me like a stranger. Remember when you told me I made you feel so alive. You can't stand in the way of love. You can't stand in the way of love. Like the river to the ocean. You can't stand in the way of love. How can you be so cold with my heart on hold? Gotta see it tonight. Gonna show you what I feel for you. You do anything you want me to. You can't stand in the way of love. You can't stand in the way of love. Like a river to the ocean. You can't stand in the way. Can't stand in the way of love. No, no, no. 'Cause you can't stand in the way of love. You can tell yourself this time it's over. Build another wall closer to you. You can tell yourself that you don't need me anymore. No, 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 no. Close the door, I'll break it down. Build a wall, I'll climb around.
That kick drum right there was heavy.
You can't stand in the way of love. Like the river to the ocean. You can't stand in the way. Stand in the way.
That bass roll.
It's driving me crazy. Stand in the way. That you won't be my baby. It puts you in motion. Stand in the way.
synths, they do scream like late 90s. It almost sounds like a Madonna style tune from the 90s. I'm going through her erotic album right now, which I believe is 92. This sounds maybe a little bit later than that, but that blend of like dance floor house meets a bit of R&B meets a bit of funk, it feels like it's in that similar territory. So if Madonna's voice was on this track, it wouldn't surprise me. I like the verses or the non-chorus sections of the track maybe a bit more than the chorus, only because it felt like the chorus had this kind of heavy fog over it, and maybe that's the idea that like love can be soaring, but it can also bring pain, which she talks about in the beginning of the track. And so the journey throughout the whole experience might have peaks and valleys and so on, but just that kind of dissonant haze over the chorus. I didn't enjoy it as much as the more sonorous parts of it. There was also that little, it was almost like someone tapping glass. There was a bit of percussion rhythm which had a tapping type of feel to it. And that was, again, it felt like that 90s R&B, which also the drum rhythm, the drum kit, if you will, was also in that vein. So yeah, I'm guessing this is a late 90s tune. Mikey might even have told me. Hard to keep every piece of information in my brain like once I get on camera, because then my brain sort of scrambles. But yeah, it feels like a very 90s type of track. And ultimately, as I said, there's a bit of a genre blending. I don't know if that's unique to this tune by her, or if that's kind of the area that she was in, taking things from some different styles and heading in a certain direction. But yeah, her voice was obviously layered in sections. It was, or at least, we had the lead vocal mixed with those backing layers. And those vocal synths, again, it's, if you listen to like trance from the 90s, especially the late 90s, there's a lot of like choral type of sounds which are actually like keyboard, pads or notes, or chords rather. And this one felt in that vein. So yeah, very much a tune I would expect to hear on the radio in the 90s, though not having any idea that she was actually a singer and musician. So shout out to Mikey. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.